officially Washington residents. Bye-bye, Iowa. We love Iowa. It's okay.
I'd say we like Iowa.
We love people in Iowa.
Absolutely.
Welcome to episode 3 of LFTR Diaries. We want to give you a tour of our Airstream Flying Cloud 30FB Bunk. Our family of 4 lived in this RV for nearly a year, traveling from Baja to Alaska and much more during that time. We are sharing everything we love and hate about this rig, plus showing you inside all our messy cabinets. But first, we have some things to take care of as we get ready for our first trip of the spring.
We're on our way to get stuff out of our other camper, but first pastries. Hi, Frankie. First stop, Bavarian Bakery.
Because it is.
It's the best. Share some pastries before we move some stuff. And here at our storage spot. Hoping to get this thing sold before we leave, but I don't think it's gonna happen, so. Oh well, life goes on.
So good.
Welcome to our 2023 Flying Cloud 30FB Bunk. Let's take a tour. So one thing we really like about this rig is that it has a couch and a really nice big U-shaped dinette. We can fit 4 adults, like medium-sized adults, around the dinette pretty comfortably to play cards and things like that. We've done that a few times. And everyone has a place to sit that isn't their bed. And that's kind of a big thing for us when choosing like a long-term or full-time travel rig, is that everywhere has somewhere to go that is their bed, and everyone also has somewhere to go that is not their bed. So we like that this rig supplies us with that. The couch isn't the comfiest, but honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it would be after hearing people talk about it. Another thing we really like about this rig is the entryway here. We have a little bit of like a mudroom, which is really handy, especially with kids and dogs in the coming and going. There's a shoe alcove down here. There is there's 4 hooks here for jackets. We've got hooks for keys and headlamps up here. One thing that we've done that I really like is one of these little 3M clips that we can put our campground information. Whenever we pull into a campground and they give us a packet, we just put it up here so everyone knows where it is. One thing Airstream does really well is storage. So we have a lot of great storage for how small the rig is. You know, it's 31 feet, from the nose, from the tongue all the way to the end. It's not a ton of space. There's no slides, but you get great overhead storage. So up here, we have our entertainment stuff, video games, all that kind of stuff. Our Chromecast, all the TVs are wired together so we can all, one thing that's really fun is on a movie night to all sit in our own beds and watch a movie together. Up here is all of our video and podcasting equipment. There's an outlet up here so we can charge things up there, which is really nice. This is the game cabinet. When we went from Baja to Alaska, there are actually 2 game cabinets. So we've reduced it a little bit for this summer, but kind of needed some extra space for the equipment that we didn't have before. We also have storage down here. We use this for extra pots and pans. And there's storage under the dinette as well. It's a mess. But this is like water bottles and hiking gear, like our jet boil and our water filter and things like that. And then down here is towels and liquor. They go well together. It helps the liquor bottles not slam around. So that's kind of our silly little liquor cabinet. Do you want to head over to the bedroom? So the primary bedroom is over here. And since it's a 2023, you can tell the difference from the previous years because it's when they started doing the wraparound windows and stopping doing the closets on this side. And that's actually what convinced Clay that this was the model we should get. Because before he thought it felt much too closed in. You do lose some clothing storage, but we've got some solutions for that. So up here we have clothes storage for Clay and myself. There's a cutout where you can pull out a bin, and that's like a Rubbermaid tote kind of thing. And that's a great spot for sweatshirts and things like that. Also, Clay, if you want to show over here, we've got the big command hooks that work with hangers, and those have been great for dresses and dress shirts and things like that. So instead of having the closet, which honestly would have smushed them up a little bit, we have that. We've got some hooks and little chip clips that we're using for hats and robes and purses. You know, you kind of try to maximize all of the space in a small RV, and it works really well. I will say too that when we first got Frankie and he was a puppy, we had him in a crate that fit just barely on the side of the bed, which was pretty nice. It's a little bit in the way, but it worked. Over in the kitchen, we have the, oh God, that's dirty. We have the convection microwave option, so we do not have a propane stove, and this gives us a little bit more storage under here, which I really like. This is a mess, but we keep all our cleaning stuff down here, as well as the garbage can. Up here, we have all of our drinkware. You guys know us. We love our drinkware. It's such a thing. But, so we have all of our coffee mugs and cups and cocktail glasses and things. Or glasses. Cocktail glasses. Everything is non-breakable. Up here is a bit of a mismatch and pretty messy. But we've got some coffee stuff, medicine, and other things like that. A couple cookbooks tucked back here. Here we have our baking stuff and dry goods, chips and snacks. We have a typical RV 3-burner stove. It's nothing special. This is a great spot for a knife magnet. Been pretty happy with that. And then this rack is just a small thing we got off of Amazon to hold all of our utensils. Keeps them right within reach. I will say we don't travel with them here. We just throw them in the sink with everything else up here. We've been really happy with the Berkey. It takes up some space, but it's nice to have. It's kind of, never have to worry about it. Just use it.
More storage.
Down here we have more storage, plates and silverware. One thing I really like is the use of space down here. A lot of RVs, I think, would have just made this trim or something, or a fake door, but you know, because it's only this deep. But Airstream makes it a place that you can actually put things, and it's perfect for canned goods because you really don't want those up high when you're driving down the road. Here is our pantry, and you guys, we eat. Like, we like food, and we keep a lot of food on hand. And I like the way that the storage in this rig works is so nice for that, because these are really deep. Like, I'm not a short person. This goes past my elbow. Like, these are super, super deep. So we can fit a lot of food in here, which I really like. This is where we keep all our spices. Anyway, I had to pare down the spices. This is what we pare down to. This is like Ziploc bags and aluminum foil and all that. Down here we've got tea and our oatmeal. And here is the snack drawer, which is a little stuffed full right now, but it'll be different by the end of the weekend, I'm sure. Over to the fridge, we have the 12-volt fridge. It's the Norcold. We haven't had any problems with it. We really like it. I know I've heard of different issues, but it's been fine. It doesn't use a ton of power. It's not quite as efficient as I thought it might be, honestly. I think our residential fridge was about the same in the Cougar and had 16 cubic feet. This is 8 or 9 cubic feet, isn't it? I don't remember. But a decent amount of storage. What you get from the 12-volt is more storage, which is nice because in the same amount of space, because the propane fridges take up more space. We've got, I really like these drawers, these plastic containers that I got off of Amazon. They fit really nicely in there and keep things from sliding around and falling out. Instead of using like a tension rod or something like that, we use these to keep everything organized and in place. Back here is the bunk room. Starting in 2024, they made a whole double bed for the top bunk. So this bunk is quite small. It has a maximum weight of 150 pounds. It works really well for us because our little one is little and it fits her really well. And then we have a teenager down here. She's got her Xbox over there. There's a TV. We've got shelves back here, which is really nice that she can put stuff in. So they've got this set up perfect for them. Got a little hook here. Again, a really deep closet. And we don't have a ton in here right now, but you can reach all, like I could get in here. It's huge. When we were full-time in this, we had a lot of stuff in there. It was a really good place to put things that you don't need all the time, but that you want some access to. The kids have 2 drawers each. So between that and the closet and their space, that works pretty well. Another great storage space is down here under the bed. We have the little one's school stuff and then a whole big Rubbermaid bin of toys back there for her. So she's not, she's not deprived in any way while we're out traveling. Back to the bathroom. It is about as small as an airplane bathroom, I will give you that. But they fit a lot in here. We've got hooks for our towels up here to keep them organized and dry. We like Turkish towels. They tend to dry really quick. They make great beach towels as well. The shower back here is, you know, it's small, but it gets the job done. I really like this door that they use because it wipes off the water and it's not a glass door that can break. It's not a curtain that's getting in the way. It's really efficient. A lot of the stuff in the Airstream is just really efficient. There's also a laundry line that goes across there, which is nice. We have a macerator toilet, which is like a pro and a con, I think. It takes power to use, which is kind of like fine. But what's really nice about it is that it's not as smelly because the tank's not right below the toilet. So there's more things that can break, but what's really nice is that it also doesn't get as, there's not as many big solids in the tank because it gets macerated on the way to the tank. And the reason they do that in these models is because the tank is situated on that end of the rig, on that side, and the toilet's over here. So I don't think it's in any of the other models that I know of, but we've been really happy with it overall. So what's on your hands?
Oh, yeah. You might be wondering, why is Clay sitting in Grace's bed with it taken apart and with in the middle of Mexico? And this can move back and forth, but yeah, let's get it cleaned a little bit better. I think we just had a lot of bumpy roads. I think that's all it really amounts to. A fitting came loose, a lot of bumpy roads. Full black tank. Yuck. The fun of RVing. We should check all the other fittings too. While we're at it, we should check these others.
So glamorous. I think we should burn it down and start over, personally.
Well, one black tank leak and we're getting a new rig, folks.
This actually has a surprising amount of storage down here. It's a bit of a mess, but it's pretty good. And that's where they hide the toilet paper, which is really nice. And here we have these little holder thingies that we really like for the toothbrushes. That keeps them up off the counter and out of the way. Lets them dry off. It's really nice. This is the control for our tankless water heater. We could do, and probably will do, a 30-minute video on how much we hate the tankless water heater and why we hate it so much. But if you like to boondock, if you like hot showers, it is not a good thing to have. At least not the one that they put in this Airstream. Coming to the front of the rig, there's a huge storage compartment here. This is where we keep our, it's a mess, our rollerblades and skateboards and helmets and life jackets and all of our sports gear. I think we could fit, and our hiking boots, we could fit even more stuff in here than we have. I would say the Airstreams do lack outdoor storage, but the storage you do have holds more than you think it would. We have two 30-pound propane tanks. We do have evidence of potential beginnings of front end separation here. So it's something we're gonna have our tech look at when we take it in here soon in May. That's a little concerning. We'll keep you up to date on what we find on that. Some things we had done to this when we bought it. We had the 3-inch lift put on right away. And we also had 4 Battleborn batteries, the 100 amp hour put in, plus a 3000 watt whole house inverter and a smart shunt. So those are the things that we had done when we picked it up. Something weird that our dealer did was put the batteries back here. We added 2 more, so we have 6 back here. It's a little strange. They were trying to give us more storage in the front, but what it did was create this big drop in the voltage. And we can talk more about this another time when we talk more about power and solar and things like that. But it's not a common configuration for a reason. So back here we have our batteries, but we also have all of our like camp blankets and lighting and rugs and things like that. And over here, we have our inverter. We also fit our camp stove and our power cord and other things. So again, really, really deep. Like I could keep reaching back, you know, storage, which is really nice. One thing that we don't like about the rig, I would say it's like a minor thing, but it gets a little annoying when you're out for a long time, is that the awning light isn't visible with the awning retracted. And so you need other sources of outdoor light if you're outside after dark, which we often are. It's really like that and the water heater are really the only things I don't like. Tow's great.
Oh yeah.
It's, you know, I think if you're thinking about getting one, obviously it's a huge purchase. It's like it costs more than our last house we bought. But I think, you know, I think we're gonna keep it for a really long time. Like, despite some problems we've had with it and some issues with like the installation of stuff, I think there's just so much about it that's gonna make it last a really long time and feel really high quality for a really long time compared to other rigs we've had that I'm really happy with. Like, I love that it has manual stabilizers and manual awnings. I think that's just like less things to break, which is really nice. So that's it.
My encouragement today, friend, is to embrace the adventure that can be the in-between. Embrace the rest and let the excitement build. Look forward to plans with anticipation. Take deep breaths and naps. And when the call of the road is too strong to ignore, enjoy the ride wherever it takes you. See you down the road, Jamie.